YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I appreciate you guys clicking on this video and watching this video. And if you couldn't tell by the title, we got our dream camera, or I should say my dream camera that I can afford right now, which is the Sony ZVE1. And it's funny because when I got this camera, I don't know why I thought that it came with some creative magic or some kind of idea sparking or something like that, but it didn't. And I feel like that's a main theme with gear in general. A lot of people think when they get something, it's going to change something in their brain, but you're the same person you were when you got that gear. You're the same person you are without it. And it's really the intentionality behind, you know, what you want to create and what you want to put out to the world. But I do think that it improves the quality. So today's Saturday. I do have to clean the house a little bit and just get some stuff in order. So we're going to do that, and I'll talk to you guys about some of that stuff. So let's go. Boom, and just like that, we are done cleaning up. And there's something about having a clean space. Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm getting older, but as you clean your space, it gives you like a, I don't know, it does something to your mental health. And I think having a clean space or just taking care of the space around you is important. But that's a video for another day. I actually posted a video like that already. But anyway, and that's another thing. When I first got this camera, I could not stop thinking about what I was going to record when I got it. You know, watching YouTube videos, watching comparison videos, reviews, and everything like that. But after that initial excitement wore off and I actually had the camera for a couple of days, I started to find myself doing the same things that I do anyway, you know, making coffee, cleaning the house, you know, just basic stuff that I do daily. And I feel like that's when a little light bulb went off in my head. Like, life is not really about the big moments. It's about the mundane things, the things you do every day without question, without asking yourself if you're going to do it. That's really what the moments are. And that's what I'm trying to capture now. And as you move in daily life, it's so easy to overlook the little stuff. You know what I mean? So this is your reminder. Don't overlook the little stuff. It leads me back into creating. You know, you don't need a big opportunity. You don't need to have all this happen in order for you to create and to do what you know you should be doing. And honestly, this isn't really the first time I've thought about this. I actually went to a park that I've been wanting to go to for a while yesterday, and I kind of had a little portion of myself, like talking to myself, what I was thinking about, comparing myself and things like that. So switch to that part right now. I think one of the hardest parts for me as a content creator, beginning content creator, especially as somebody who loves watching YouTube, is I kind of compare my everyday life to what I see online. But the thing that I have to remind myself is you're always seeing the highlights, right? You're seeing the finished product, I guess you could say. You know, the interesting moments, I guess you could say, the brand deals, the brand trips and stuff like that. But the things that I feel like we don't see as like consumers or whatever you want to call it is the random Tuesdays, you know, the Wednesdays where the ideas are flowing and there's not really anything to film, you know. Not a lot of people really upload, you know, the hours they spend trying to come up with ideas, or the 30 minutes to an hour they spend, you know, staring at their screen and just trying to figure out what they're going to talk about, or trying to document their life, or come up with stuff to, you know, put their message out to the world. Not a lot of people, I don't think, share that part. But I guarantee, actually, I know for a fact, because I do it right now, those moments exist. Not only for me, but for them, for you. It exists for everybody. It's a part of that. It's just a part of the process, you know. But the only way you're going to get better at it is by putting those reps in and, you know, going out and filming and just trying every single day, every single week. And I had to stop myself, because at one point I started to convince myself my life needed to be more interesting. You know, I needed better opportunities, or I needed to travel more or do stuff to make better videos. And I slowly started to realize that that was just an excuse, because I know by watching a lot of YouTube that there's people who have a lot less resources than I do, who are making way better videos than me, and who make videos weekly or monthly, you know what I mean? And that really starts to become the difference, I think, not only for me, but for people who just want to create in general. It just comes down to, do you want it or do you not? Because if you really, really want something, I really feel like you won't make excuses and you'll just go get it, which is what I'm trying to do. Or I guess you could say what I'm gonna do. don't really say, I wouldn't really say I had a big takeaway from this vlog. I feel like I just put a lot of pressure on myself a lot of the time to make this meaningful project or to make this big pre-production type thing, and I feel like it doesn't need to be that, you know. And this vlog is really about just picking up my camera and using it, you know, learning something that I put a big investment into, and really just no plan, no kind of vibe, just me, my thoughts, and just acting on the ideas I have in my head, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's enough. I mean, I'm probably not gonna look back a year from now and be like, oh, I remember those shots from that one vlog I did, you know, at the park or whatever, but I will look at it from a year from now and be like, hey, you did that, you know, you acted on the things you said you were going to act on, and you tried, and that's worth a lot. And even if you don't have a big pre-production or whatever, as long as you just act on your creativity and act on the ideas that you have, that's a lot better, and you're always going to be better off than the position or the situation you were in if you didn't do anything at all. So I think that's really the moral of the story of this whole vlog, and just how I'm going to think about my creative process, you know, moving forward. So if you're somebody who sees this and you've been debating whether, you know, to post something or to record something because you don't have a plan, just record what you want to record and record your daily life. It's going to help a lot. And just don't be scared, you know, just act on those ideas, because they're not going to be there forever. And like I said, you're always going to be in a better position if you just do what you know you need to do. So yeah, I appreciate you guys for clicking on this video. I appreciate you watching this video. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.